Hey guys, welcome to the video. So this is the big one for the week. I've been researching all weekend since Friday and finding the best plays for us this week during this possible second wave. So how do we act during the second wave? There's some crazy statistics out there I'm going to be showing you guys in just a second, and we need to prepare our portfolios for this big second wave that is bound to come at this point. So there's a bunch of fear in the market right now, starting about mid last week. So let's take a look at last week's results and how the market performed. Okay, looking at this chart, you can see that we finished mostly red, and I believe we will see a ton of red coming next week. So I've been looking at the earnings dates for this week, and personally, I have no high conviction theses on any of these earnings. I'm not super bullish on any of these earnings, so I'm staying away from possible big earnings play this week. And there's a ton of opportunity to be had in other sectors that don't have earnings yet and hype plays that we can play. So let's get into the Rona statistics. So beginning with restaurants, nearly 53% of restaurants plan to close their doors. This is big. That means other businesses are going to close their doors as well, and restaurants are usually the first ones to close during the first wave, and I believe it'll be the same with second wave. So as we see these restaurants close, we'll see more and more fear, and it just adds to the thesis of everything else. So the state with the worst number of cases is Arizona, and looking at these charts, you can just see the increase in cases and how crazy these increases are. And as you can see, the second wave is pretty much here, and it's ready, it's coming. We need to prepare the portfolios like crazy. Texas and Florida are also very big hotspots right now. A ton of cases are going up, a ton of case numbers are going up, so watch out for those. And just these businesses are going to start to close once again. And we could see another lockdown. I know that President Trump has said that he doesn't want to do another lockdown, but these governors have control of their states. These governors can act. We've seen some possibilities of some states locking down once again, so that's super scary. If this news does come out, this is going to make the market drop huge once again. So some research that I've done is I've noticed that this wave is affecting much younger people. We've seen younger people not really care. The death rate is super low for these younger people. So these younger people just don't care about their health versus the Rona, and they believe that they have no risk of seriously being injured and seriously being hospitalized and hurt. Just younger people seem to go out and not worry about the odds for infection and just don't worry about their personal health. It's just a young person thing. Everybody thinks this way, being young and healthy. But the thing is these people will bring this home to their co-workers, will bring this home to their older relatives who will be affected greatly and who will experience hospitalizations and who will be seriously affected and possibly be killed by this. So this data means that it takes longer for this virus to get to the more vulnerable people. And once it gets to this vulnerable people, which I believe will be in the next week or two, we'll start seeing the death numbers rise like crazy. It just takes a while to get this virus to the vulnerable people who aren't going out, who are being really safe. But these young people are bringing it home to them, bringing this to work, to the people who are cautious. And younger people just are not worrying about wearing masks, are not worrying about being safe, because it's just what younger people do. So just the fact that it's going to take Rona much longer to get to these vulnerable people, the death rates will increase, and increasing death rates means more fear in the market. Once we see these death rates increase, we'll see the market drop like crazy. So we need to be ready for this, and once the death rates start going up, just like the charts of positive testing is going up, that is when the market is going to experience a second crash. So one thing is that treatment has greatly improved since the first wave of this, because we were not really aware what was happening. We were not ready and prepared. At this point, we are prepared for this. Now treatment has greatly improved, but the plain fact is it's only improved it by like 20 to 50%. So let's go with the conservative number. Let's say 40% of these people have more success with treatment and therefore do not experience any deaths. Now 60% of the people will, and more cases are coming up, so the increase in cases will offset with this 40%, and we could see the same number of deaths as the first wave, if not more. And this positive testing and testing positive for the Rona, this is increasing everywhere, and these numbers are higher than we've ever seen before. So even though the treatment is better, this will be offset with the number of positive cases found in these people. The number of increased cases and the number of increased deaths, this increases market fear and volatility, and this is what we need to be ready for. And this is what I think is going to happen within the next few weeks. We can see a full market crash once again. Nevada is having a heavy increase in cases as well. And as we know, this state employs all the casinos in Las Vegas. So these casinos will be getting hit crazy hard. And there's so much fear going on in Nevada that these casinos could be toast during the second wave, and we'd see the stocks drop like crazy. We could see WIN get back to the $40 range, so be prepared for all this. Now I love WIN as a long-term investment, but at this time I'm staying far away from this, because the casinos are going to be getting hit crazy hard as Nevada is turning into a hotspot itself. So be aware of how these casinos are going to be affected and get hit like crazy soon. So the first group of stocks that I'm going to be talking about that are potential buys this week are vaccine plays. Now vaccine stocks are going to be skyrocketing within the next few weeks as we hear rumors of successful trials, as we see phase 3 trials, and I'm going to prepare you in this video for all those announcements and which stocks we need to be watching very, very closely. So the first vaccine play I'm going to talk about, and possibly my favorite, is AstraZeneca, ticker symbol AZN. The World Health Organization has came out and said that AstraZeneca's has made the most developmental progress on their vaccine and possibly has the best chance of getting out with a successful vaccine. So I have a thesis on this trade that there's going to be a ton of hype with AZN and a ton of potential catalysts of news coming out, of phase 3 trials coming out, and just any positive news on the vaccine in general will make this stock pop and pop and pop. So this is going to be a huge play and it has some crazy high upside. Probably my favorite vaccine play with the risk reward, since there is limited risk because this is such a good company and has established himself as a front runner for the vaccine. Moderna, ticker symbol mRNA, has also been coming out with some great news in the past about their vaccine progress, and if we see more news with mRNA, we can see another huge pop, so this is another one to keep an eye on, and one that I am very bullish on the opportunity in. I'm not sure if I'll personally take a position in this one, but I am very interested in the opportunity, and I will be taking a deeper look as time goes on and look at the value, look at the growth potential, look at the upside, and the potential catalyst coming out. This could be a big pop at some point. As we've seen in the past, this has some crazy pops and some just crazy high upside if they do have any success with vaccine trials, any successful vaccine news. We'll see with this one. Very interesting. Same with Inovio, ticker symbol INO. This is up huge the past week, but we've seen some great news come out. They've had some very solid trials. They've had some very solid progress with the vaccine. So this is a big one to watch as well with very high upside, but there is substantial downside. As we saw this week, it went up so high. Just the hype from last week is leading into this week. And if we see like a pump and dump type thing, it was pumped last week, this week could be a dump week if there's no news that comes out, and if we hear any news that progress has stalled with this one. So that's one to watch out for. Also, a vaccine being developed by people at the University of Oxford has had a ton of success, so this is one to keep an eye on, even though it's not publicly traded. As you can see in this article, they do expect to have a vaccine out in October. Now, I don't know how true this is, but this is something to keep an eye on, because if there is good news regarding this will make the market as a whole have a huge pop. And finally, vxrt, ticker symbol vxrt. We saw some great news last week about the high potential and the vaccine potential of this stock, and they're supposed to be working on the vaccine super fast. They're currently doing trials on non-human primates, so like monkeys and stuff. They're trying with this because they're not testing on regular humans yet. It's too dangerous to potentially test on humans. This is one to keep an eye on, even though it already had a big pop. There's going to be a ton of catalysts in the future and a ton of upside and hype. So this is a big one to keep an eye on, and one that traders love. So this is one that I'm not looking to buy and hold, but as a swing trade, as a day trade, this is one that could have some big catalysts and some big jumps in the future, so keep an eye on VXRT. Also, a big company that I love the value of right now is Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE. They supposedly have a chance to start their phase 3 trials in July. If this news does potentially come out, this is a big play, and we'll see a big pop. I do love the value, and long-term, people love this stock long-term. It's a very, very good company, very good fundamental company, and just has always been a solid company, so this is one to keep an eye on as well. I love the value. I would be looking to start a smaller size position in, not any crazy high potential, not any crazy growth potential, but there is very solid value in this one, and if news comes out, we could see a catalyst and a big pop. We're not going to see as big of a pop as we would in these smaller companies, but Pfizer is a very, very solid company and want to keep an eye on as well. Same with J&J. They're working on a trial. Now I haven't seen any big catalysts, but if we hear any success coming out with them, this stock will have another pop. Not any huge pop, but a very solid size pop. 10 to 20% pop if we see solid news. And it's just a very, very steady stock that has very, very low downside. So if you're looking with a low reward, low risk, this is a very good investment to make during the second wave looking for a vaccine play. So now we get into my favorite stocks. I'm looking at these stocks to make some high positions in, and some of these are very high conviction trades. I'm gonna let you guys know my full thoughts and what I'm gonna be starting a big position in, what I already have a big position in, and what I'm looking to do this week with these stocks. So my favorite stock to buy this week is FLIR, ticker symbol FLIR. FLIR is the only FDA approved manufacturer of thermal imaging cameras. They're looking at a bigger increase in demand as the second wave comes, with more companies needing thermal imaging to test their patients, to test their employees that come into work. And as we've seen, there's pictures of this at Disney, you can see, in some bigger companies. We've heard Amazon using this FLIR, and FLIR is just the best thermal imaging product. From the research I've done, companies love this product, no bad reviews, and as we see more and more orders coming in, this has some crazy growth potential and some great value as well. I see the stock reaching $50 in the near future. So I've been taking a ton of deep dives on this company, listening to conference calls, In the last conference call, I believe that the CEO was sandbagging earnings. So what sandbagging earnings means is this company was lowering expectations for the next earnings, so it's easier for them to beat earnings and easier for the CEO to be looked at as successful with the past quarter. So I believe after listening to the conference call, the CEO was sandbagging earnings, and we will see an amazing earning, which I've heard is on June 27th. That's when the earnings date is. And as these businesses set to protect their companies from these future sicknesses coming out, we can see like the next flu season, people using FLIR cameras. So there's very good growth potential in this stock, and the long-term potential is very good as well. I love the value of the stock, and the growth potential is immense with just more fear about sickness in the environment. Within the next few years, we can see more and more scare about being sick, more and more sicknesses coming out, and more fear of businesses being very cautious against potential illness. We can see in the next flu seasons, every flu season, some businesses may just start employing these FLIR thermal imaging cameras as their employees come into work, which is a big play on that. During the last earnings call that I was listening to, I'm taking a quote from the CEO. He said that the company is taking unprecedented measures to increase the supply of the business. So in other words, he's saying that they're getting so much demand, they're taking unprecedented measures to increase the supply so they can fulfill this demand that they're having during the season. So I believe the next earnings is going to be a huge pop for this company, and this is a very safe stock to invest in. Short term, no matter what happens, second wave or not second wave, and long term with the potential of future businesses protecting against illness, flu season, any other potential illnesses that come out. This is a big play on that and something to just be aware of. It is my favorite play this week, and I already have about a $5,000 position in this company with shares. I do have a couple call options as well, and I will be looking to increase these shares. And currently my call options are for July 17th. I have about 10 contracts that are $40 strike prices, and I'm looking to increase these call options and move these call options to past July 27th, which is the earnings date, so I can benefit off these calls through earnings. And what I believe, my thesis is, this is a high conviction trade, and these earnings are going to blow expectations out of the water and give some amazing future guidance. So another position that I plan on taking this week is Kronos, ticker symbol KNO. So this is a company that distributes air purification equipment. This is perfect for a second wave. If schools use this, if bigger businesses that have a lot of employees use this, just purifying the air is key to protect against spreading of the illness. And some very bullish thesis that I have along with this company and some recent news that came out. So Kevin Harrington, which is the inventor of infomercial, is working on infomercials with Kronos and coming out with them very soon. This company is currently doing testimonials on people who have used this product and how well that has worked for them. And the company also has a bunch of pre-orders, and I'm very bullish on this infomercial. If they can advertise this correctly, they could have an FDA approval coming soon. And if an FDA approval date comes out soon, we could see a big pop. And I see very high upside for this stock. Now being a penny stock, there is always substantial downside. And anytime that you see a big pop holding a penny stock, you should immediately take profits. But I'm very excited about this opportunity with the advertising space. Kevin Harrington is the advertising genius, and I'm just very excited for the growth potential of Kronos, and especially during the second wave. I'm very bullish on this stock, and I plan to make a pretty solid size position in this stock. So the next stock I'm going to be talking about that is a play during the second wave is Alpha Pro Tech, ticker symbol APT. So this is one of the biggest manufacturers of masks, and as we saw a huge pop during the first wave, it has come down slightly since then. It is due for another pop. It has already started a pop, but there's much more upside to be had as people order more and more of these masks. And just today, which is June 29th, this company joined the Russell 2000 and the Russell 3000 indexes. So people will indirectly be throwing money at this company, resulting in slightly more volume people buying these shares. This company also has very high short interest, resulting in a potential short squeeze in the future, and that's something to look out for. So there's short squeeze, hype, and upside potential to the max of this stock. So the next opportunity that I'm going to be talking about during this time is CHGG, ticker symbol CHGG. So this is a play on online schooling. So they offer an online service directly to students. And if we see school cancellation, which there is a very high chance of for fall cancellation in my opinion, I believe we'll see a lot of online schooling. This will have a huge pop. CHGG is one of the biggest online players in the school space, and this is just a big catalyst coming up. If we hear about any school cancellations, which we've already started hearing some news, but if we hear any further news, this stock will go higher and higher and higher. So great opportunity here, and I'm very excited about this stock. I do plan on starting a pretty small position in there, but increasing as I see more opportunity, and more upside potential, and more value. I really like this opportunity, and I like the chances of schools closing due to the second wave, at least in the beginning of the school year, which that's all we need with the pop, and take profits quickly on this stock, and boom, easy money. So the next opportunity in this market, and what's going to happen this week, is I really like Blue Apron, ticker symbol APRM. So we saw this stock have a huge pop during the first wave. Since then, it's had a little drop off, but I believe there's another pop coming, and let me tell you why. Recently, this company sent out an email, as you can see on the screen right there, that they had max capacity with orders, and they cannot be taking any more orders until July 13th. And just the fact that they have so many orders, so much demand for this product, it's just super exciting for investors to get into. This could be another big pump for the stock, and I'm very excited for this opportunity. And we could see it going past the highs that it hit during the first wave. Now the fundamentals of this company are not good at all. I do not like the company long term at all. They have made a ton of mistakes. There's not very good management behind the company, but I am looking at this as a short-term trade and taking some quick profits when we see a pop. And as the second wave comes in, this is a great stock to be a part of. Has super high upside and growth potential. So the next big opportunity is United National Foods, ticker symbol UNFI. So what this company does, so they have a lot of healthy foods that they supply to grocery stores. And during these times, people tend to migrate towards healthy foods and also natural and organic foods during the first wave, and I believe the second wave will happen the same way. Many are going on diets, trying to eat more healthy when they're locked at home, and if we see another lockdown, this could happen once again. But my biggest bullish thesis on this stock is the other bigger food manufacturers, such as Tyson Foods, have had a ton of issues dealing with this sickness in their facility, and have had a lot of backup because of this. United National Foods has not had any backup, has not had any issues getting the orders out, getting the demand out, and they're being a very healthy company right now, and they have increased guidance more and more as time goes on. We've seen the CEO come out and just say how well the company is doing and how he expects future expectations to keep on rising. So I am very excited about this opportunity. It is more of a mid-conviction trade for me, so I will be making a small position or so if I do make a position, but this is a very solid opportunity to be aware of, do your own research on, and some of the potential trade at this time. So the next stock I'm going to be talking about is Etsy, ticker symbol ETSY. Now the stock is at a very high valuation currently, but the thing is people love to order masks off Etsy. The masks off Etsy that people are ordering, the masks that people are ordering off Etsy are reusable and washable, and the thing is people don't want to keep on going through multiple masks per week. If they can just get one reusable mask off Etsy, they can reuse that, keep washing it when they need to go out, when they have plans with friends, keep on reusing this, keep on washing it, and this is a much smarter investment for people who are needing to use these masks. Why not save money and just wash these masks so you can reuse them? It saves a ton of money. It's just a great decision for these people who are buying masks, and I really do like the growth potential of Etsy with people buying these masks. Now, since it is at such a high valuation, and masks are not the whole business or anything, it's just a very small part of the business that people are making and ordering off of, that is something to be aware of. But this is a close watch for me right now, and I will think about making a position, but I do not plan to make a position at this time. As you guys know, my favorite play has been Peloton for a long time. I still love this, ticker symbol PTON. So as the second wave comes and the stay-at-home movement starts once again, Peloton is a perfect play on stay-at-home workout equipment, as we've seen. So I don't believe that the market has priced in how it's such a societal change with people with Peloton. People with Peloton are fitting in with their coworkers, fitting with their friends, competing with their friends on the app. The best trainers are on this app. I've heard very few bad reviews on this company, on the product. People are very happy. It is a premium product. It is super expensive. People tend to go to this. This is kind of the Apple of the stay-at-home fitness industry, and this is just the cool thing to have right now. And the market has not priced in the societal change, and that is why I'm still bullish on this stock. I'm still slowly increasing my position as time goes on. Even as the stock goes up, I'm still increasing my position. I bought a couple of thousand worth of shares last Friday. On any dips, I will be loading up on this stock, and I'm just super bullish. This is one of my top stocks to buy still, and I see almost no downside and such high upside with the stock. I could see 20 to 30% gain in the next 2 to 3 months or so. So these stocks are the top stocks that I'm looking at to make a position in this week, and I'm very excited with all of these opportunities. There's a big week coming. Make sure to hedge your portfolio. Make sure to have these safe stocks in your portfolio that will still benefit off the second wave. Get ready, because this market's about to get crazy. We need to capitalize on this volatility, and there is a ton of money to be made in this market, and I'm super excited about the gains that we're about to have with all of these plays. Best of luck to everybody this week. Hope you guys are looking forward to Monday. Recently, I've actually been looking forward to Mondays, which is awesome. I've never looked forward to Mondays until I've been obsessed with the stock market. So now when the stock market opens on Wednesday, it's always like Christmas morning. Super exciting to start your investments, to see how your investments are doing, and to find these new opportunities, find these new values, find these new growth opportunities. It's awesome as an investor, and there are some big plays ready to be made on Monday. If you're interested in joining my stock group, the link is down below. It's $9.99 a month. Every time I buy and sell a stock, you get a message, and you get updated my portfolio every single day. It is more of an educational platform. I never tell you whether to buy or sell a stock. Make sure to do your own research, but I'll let you formulate your own thesis always and walk you through any investment decisions without telling you to buy or sell a stock. I just give you the facts and what my personal thoughts are and what I'm personally doing in my portfolio. This video is about my personal plays and what I plan to do. I'm not telling you guys to buy a stock, but I am just giving you guys some ideas to do your own research on and some big opportunities that are coming soon in this market. If you want 2 free stocks on Webull, the link is down below. One of these stocks will be valued from $14 to $1,400. The offer does end soon from Webull, so I do recommend that you get these 2 free stocks now, and you just can't go wrong with this free money that they're giving you. I'm very excited for this week personally, and I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys have some crazy gains this week. I know the stock group and I have been preparing for Monday all weekend. We are very excited, and we are ready for some crazy gains. Best of luck to everybody this week. Best of luck to everybody this week, and let's make some money. Let's get rich.